So today we will discuss about fixed point addition and fixed point subtraction, how it works. As we discussed earlier, fixed point addition. Before discussing about fixed point addition and subtraction, let us discuss some points about fixed point number. As we all of you know, a fixed point representation of a number is there would be some fixed number of bits. So the fixed point representation in a number like integer can be represented in a fixed point representation, or a float, a variable value, or real value can also be represented in fixed point representation. And the speciality of the fixed point representation is that it has fixed number of bits allocated for integer part, and fixed number of bits are allocated for fractional part if the representation is for a real number. So for a real number there would be fixed number of integers, fixed number of bits are allocated for integer part of a real number, and fixed number of bits are allocated for fractional part of a real number. And all of you know that a real number has both integer part and fractional part. So there would be fixed number of bits for integer part as well as fixed number of bits for fractional part. It is called fixed point representation. And the advantage of the fixed point representation is that the arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, these operations can be done very fast when compared with the floating point addition, another type of representation. The fixed point, the disadvantage with the fixed point representation is that the limited number of, or the range of real numbers that can be represented using fixed point is limited when compared to other representations such as floating point representation. The reason why the range of real numbers are limited means uh, as we have fixed number of bits allocated for fractional part, and this representation is limited to some range of real numbers when compared with floating point. So in this fixed point representation, assuming that fixed number of bits are allocated for integer part and fractional part, or indirectly we can say the binary point of a fixed point representation is also fixed. So this is about fixed point representation. Now let us discuss how to do arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division using this fixed point representation. So arithmetic instructions in digital computers manipulate the data to produce the results necessary for the solutions of computational problem. Remember, ultimately ALU is the combinatorial circuit or the digital circuit which requires to perform an addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division and mod, these kind of arithmetic operations for executing any instructions. So arithmetic instructions in digital computers manipulate the data to produce the results necessary for solution of a computational problem. So it is very important to know how arithmetic operations are performed or executed within the computer. These instructions perform arithmetic calculations and are responsible for the bulk of activity involved in processing the data in a computer. See, these days we say that big data or data analytics or data science, all these things are related to processing the data in a computer. How effectively, how fastly we can process, the computer can process the data. There were so many algorithms developed for processing of the data. Remember, the base the basic things behind this data processing is nothing but performing arithmetic calculations. Arithmetic calculations means addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Performing these operations effectively on the bulk of data, on the large amount of data, large chunk of data in short amount of time is the goal for any data processing task like big data or data analytics or data analysis. So the arithmetic operations in computers plays a key role even today. The four basic arithmetic operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. From these four basic operations, it is possible to formulate other arithmetic functions and solve problems by means of numerical analysis method. See, these are the basic building blocks, which are the basic building blocks for in a computer data processing means addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And using these four operations, you can implement any mathematical functions like such as integration, differentiation, probability. Everything can be calculated by using in terms of these arithmetic operations using the techniques called numerical analysis methods. So an arithmetic processor is a part of the processor that executes arithmetic operations. In some computers, we have a special or dedicated processor called arithmetic processor, which exclusively designed or developed to perform these four arithmetic operations. An arithmetic instruction may specify binary or decimal data, and in each case, the data may be fixed point or floating point form. This we discussed, right? The data can be a fixed point representation or a floating point representation. We will discuss how the arithmetic operations are performed for fixed point representation as well as floating point representation. Negative numbers may be represented in signed magnitude form or signed 2's complement representation. Remember, in computers, a positive number can be represented in signed magnitude, but a negative number can be represented in three forms. That is, one is signed magnitude, second one is 1's complement form, and the third one is 2's complement form. And all of you know 2's complement notation has some advantages over 1's complement notation. So the fixed point numbers may represent integers or fractions. As we discussed earlier, a fixed point representation, an integer can be represented in a fixed point representation. Similarly, a real number means which contains both integer part and fractional part, can be represented in fixed point notation. Now let's see some basics about algorithm. What is an algorithm? It is a solution to any problem that is stated by finite number of well-defined procedural steps is called an algorithm. So the goal of any algorithm should be to provide solution for any problem, and the solution should be feasible solution. That means it should be implemented in finite number of steps, limited number of steps. So in this class, we develop the various arithmetic algorithms and show that the procedure for implementing them with digital hardware. And we consider addition, subtraction, multiplication and division for the following types of data. Fixed point binary data in signed magnitude representation. Fixed point binary data in signed two's complement representation. Floating point binary data. First, we discuss about addition, implementing addition and subtraction for a fixed point representation. The addition and subtraction algorithm for data represented in signed magnitude and again data represented in signed two's complement. See, when I say the data can be represented in signed two's complement, remember it should be a negative number. So in general, a negative number is represented in signed two's complement form in computers, and the positive number can be represented in signed magnitude or signed two's complement. There is no difference of representing a positive number in signed magnitude or signed one's complement or signed two's complement. The difference lies only when you want to represent a negative number in signed magnitude or signed one's complement and signed two's complement. In fact, a negative number can have three different representation in signed magnitude, one's complement and two's complement. It is important to realize that the adapted representation for negative numbers refer to the representation of the number in the register before and after execution of the arithmetic operation. So it is very important to note that negative number representation, a negative number is represented, is going to be interpreted and stored before going to store in a register. Addition and subtraction with signed magnitude data. First, we discuss how an addition or subtraction can be performed when a number is represented in signed magnitude form. The representation of a numbers in signed magnitude is familiar because it is used in everyday arithmetic calculations. The procedure for adding or subtracting two signed binary numbers with paper and pencil simple and straightforward. A review of this procedure will be helpful for deriving the hardware algorithm. In general, uh, performing addition and subtraction for the signed for a signed binary numbers which are represented in signed magnitude is very much simpler and it can be experienced on a daily basis. We designated the magnitude of two numbers by A and B. So from now onwards, when you refer A and B, they refer to the magnitude of a number. When these signed numbers are added or subtracted, we find that there are 8 different conditions to consider. There can be different conditions that has to be considered, such as if this is A and B, if I am performing addition, so when you consider the sign, there can be both plus plus or can be plus A minus B, or it can be minus A plus B, or minus A plus of minus B. So these are the different possibilities. So the different possibilities are it can be plus A, it can be plus B, and we are performing addition. It can be minus A, it can be plus B, we are performing addition, and plus A minus B, addition, minus A minus B, addition. Similarly, we have plus A plus B and minus A plus B and plus A minus B and minus A minus B. So these are the different 8 conditions. So we find that there are 8 different conditions to consider depending on the sign of the number and operation to be performed. These conditions are listed in the first column of the table. The next slide. The other column in the table shows that the actual operation to be performed with the magnitude of the numbers. The last column is needed to prevent negative zero. In other words, when two equal numbers are subtracted, the result would be plus 0, not minus 0. So this algorithm for addition and subtraction are derived from the table and can be stated as the follows. The words inside parentheses should be used for subtraction algorithm. So the addition and subtraction algorithm, when how it follows means, when the sign of A and B are identical, add two magnitudes, attach the sign of A to the result. When sign of A and B are different, compare the magnitudes. Let us understand this point. Just you take addition, when the sign of A and the sign of B is same, that means it can be plus A plus B or minus A minus B. In these both cases we do addition, because plus A plus plus B, ultimately you have to perform A plus B and the sign would be plus. And in case of minus A plus minus B, here also you perform addition, but the only thing is sign would be negative. So you can conclude, you can derive an algorithm that such that if you want to perform an addition, first verify the sign bit of the two numbers. If the both sign bits are same, perform addition. The both sign bit are same means both can be positive or both can be negative. If the signs are different, the another case is, if the signs are, you have to perform addition, but if the signs are different, like minus A plus B or plus A minus B, then depending upon the magnitude you have to do subtraction. So here you need to perform B minus A, here you need to perform A minus B. So this is about this algorithm. So the algorithm first step, what is the first step of an algorithm means, for addition, verify sign bit of A and B. If the sign bit of A and B are same, can be both positive, same means can be positive or can be negative. So in this case you have to perform addition, and the sign bit depends on the result of the sign bit depends upon the result of A or B. Step 2. Step 2, if the sign bit are different, Let's assume if the AS is not is equals to BS. Let's assume AS means sine bit of A, BS means sine bit of A. If the both sine bit of A and sine bit of B are not same, and if you are required to perform addition, then you have to compare the magnitude and subtract the smaller one from the bigger one. Simple. So this is the algorithm, two steps process. And here we see the table addition and subtraction of signed magnitude numbers. The first one, as we discussed, here we have 8 conditions. So when the sign bits, the first one refers to addition, the next one refers to subtraction. And when we have to perform addition means, in this case you have to perform addition, and in the second case you have to perform addition, and in case of subtraction, see, subtraction in case of subtraction, the algorithm says step 1, if the sign bit of AS is not is equals to BS, if the sign bits are different, such as this case and this case, if the sign bits are different, in case of subtraction you need to perform the addition operation. It is quite opposite to addition. In addition, if the sign bit of A and sign bit of B are same means can be both positive, can be both negative. In this case you have to do addition. But when it comes to subtraction, it is opposite. That means if the sign bit of A and B are, when sign bit of A and B are different, you do addition. So that's what he is trying to explain here. So when the sign bit of A and the sign bit B are both same, and if you want to do addition, you are performing addition. And when the sign bit of, for subtraction case, when the sign bit of A and sign bit of B are different, you are performing addition. And the rest of the cases you are performing subtraction. Let's take an example. This case, sign bit, you need to perform addition and sign bit are different, so you require to perform subtraction. For this we have a case when A greater than B, when A less than B, when A is equals to B. For addition is simple. So the addition can be done in 4 cases out of the total 8 cases for both addition and subtraction. I hope you understand this point. When it comes to subtraction case, you have to consider 3 cases. When the magnitude of A and B are, the case 1 is when the magnitude of A and B, A is greater than B, when the magnitude of A is less than B, and when the magnitude are same. So let us take this case when the magnitude of A and B are greater, you have to do subtraction. If you do minus A plus B, if the magnitude of A is greater than B, then you do A minus B and the sign would be minus. Similarly, here if you have A less than B, in this case, what you do, perform B minus A and that is subtraction. The goal is when you compare with magnitudes, the higher magnitude value sign will come to the result. This is the goal. So this is about addition and subtraction algorithm. I hope you understand. Once again I repeat, there are 8 possible conditions raises for addition and subtraction when you consider the sign bit of A and sign bit of B. And the algorithm, how to design an algorithm, first we design a common algorithm for both addition and subtraction. That first step is If you want to perform addition, and if the sign bit of both A and sign bit of B are same means can be positive or can be negative, perform addition. If your goal is to subtraction and the sign bit of A and sign bit of B are different means A can be negative, B can be positive, or vice versa. A can be positive, B can be negative. These two cases also you require to perform addition, and the remaining cases you perform subtraction, and that depends upon the magnitude. Now let us discuss uh, the flow chart. This is a very important flow chart which clearly explains how to do addition and subtraction operation. So the goal is, this is called subtraction operation, this is called addition operation. Here you are saying in case of addition, argand is in A, addend is B. So B is being added to A here, and see, first you take the sign AS exclusive, AS exclusive or BS. What is the importance of this exclusive or means? First step is to compare the sign of A and sign of B. For that we are using XOR gate. You remember how XOR gates, when AS and BS are both 0 0 and 1 1, the result would be 0, and when the AS is 1, BS is 0, or AS is 0 or BS is 1, the result is high, that is negative. That means when you compare with sign bit, for comparing the sign bit we are using XOR gate, and the importance of this XOR gate is that when the both inputs are same, that is low low or high high, the output would be low. When the both signs are different, the output would be high. See, if I want to compare the sign bit, I have to separate the cases when both the signs are same, that is 0 0 1 1. If it is 0, then you need to perform addition. See here, when AS exclusive or BS, the result is 0. If the result is 0, then you have to consider when AS exclusive or BS is 0, that means both signs are same, then you require to perform addition operation. The addition operation, it is very simple. What it says, so when it is 0, you need to perform addition. So how to perform an addition? Just take the magnitude and perform addition. This is the addition steps, that is EA is equals to A plus B. E means end carry. You may get end carry sometimes. So just add magnitude of A and B and store in EA, and you may get add overflow, set to E. If you get any overflow, just set to E and end. This is addition. And see, when you do subtraction also you require to perform addition. That is the case if you are performing subtraction here and this is addition. When in case of subtraction, when you require to perform the addition means when the sign bit of the both A and B are different. That means if it is minus A plus B or plus a minus b, and if you require to perform subtraction, means ultimately you will perform addition only in these two cases. So what I am trying to say, in addition case, when the both signs are same, you perform addition. In case of subtraction case, when the both signs are different, see, as exclusive or bs is equals to 1 is equals to 1 when it comes, when the both signs are different, 0 1 or 1 0, then it would be high. So in these two cases, in this case, when its value is 1, again you perform addition. Performing addition is quite simple. Add the magnitudes and store in the register. E is a end carry. If the end carry is 1, add overflow bit. AVF means add overflow bit set to E. So this is the procedure. So out of 8 cases, in 4 cases we do addition. Remember, when we want to actually perform addition, when you actually want to perform addition, that is when the sign bits are same for addition. And in case of subtraction, when the sign bits as exclusive or bs is equals to 1, means when they are different, plus minus or minus plus. So in these 4 cases we do addition. This is the simple procedure. And let us understand the subtraction. Let us understand the subtraction procedure here. That is the case when the sign of as and bs are different for addition case, or when the in subtraction case when the sign bits are same. So in these two cases, let's understand how subtraction is performed. So here we have a different cases, like first what we do, you do we are considering that a plus b plus 1, so b complement 1, so we are considering the case where b greater than is equals to a. When b is greater than a, or it can be a case where a is greater than b. When a is greater than b, you need to perform a minus b. A minus b means I can perform a plus of minus b, and a plus of minus b can be represented in 2's complement of b. What is 2's complement of b? 2's complement of b, complement, make 1's complement and add 1. So a minus b can be interpreted as a plus b bar minus 1. You should understand this process. It is very important to understand this step in the algorithm. Why we have, if you want to do addition, why we have EA is equals to a plus b bar plus 1. What is this step? Why we require to perform means, remember, this is the case for a greater than b. So when a is greater than b, you need to perform a minus b. A minus b can be written as a plus of minus b, and a plus of minus b is nothing but any negative number has to be represented in 2's complement form. So 2's complement of b is equals to 1's complement, that is b bar plus 1. So you have to perform a plus b bar plus 1. I hope you understand this step. Next, add overflow bit set to 0. Next, if you get end carry, end carry value can be 1 or 0. If it is an end carry is equals to 1, then a is greater than b. If end carry is less than 0, then a is less than b. So what we are trying to say, you are comparing the value of magnitude of A with B. But before that, first you do blindly A plus B bar plus 1, and if B is and A is greater than B, then you would get end carry as a 1. If you won't end carry, that means A is less than B. So if A is less than B, take A's complement and convert into 2's complement. That would be your result. Why? Because you are storing the result in accumulator. So let us take the case where A is greater than B. So when A is greater than B and you do addition, you do subtraction over here, and A is greater than B, if the result A can be 0 sometimes. When and A and B are both equal, you will get 0. When A and B are not equal 0, the actual result is the result that you got in EA. So the two signs AS and BS are compared by XOR gates for add operation. Identical signs dictate that the magnitudes can be added. For subtraction operation, different signs dictate that the magnitudes can be added. So the magnitudes are added with micro operation. EA is equals to A plus B, where EA is a register that combines E and A. E means end carry. For A, 0 indicates that A less than B. For this case, it is necessary to take 2's complement of the value in A. This operation can be done with one micro operation. However, we assume that A register has circuits for micro operation complement and increment. So we are performing the complement and increment as a register operation. Uh, so the 2's complement is obtained from these two micro operations. The value AVF provides an overflow condition. The final value of E is immaterial. So what we are trying to say, when the signs are different and when you do A minus B, without, you don't know that which is bigger, whether A is a bigger or B is a bigger, you don't know. So in this case, what you do, A plus of minus B, A plus of B bar plus 1. What is this B bar? Complementing the value of register B and increment by 1. So this has to be done and store the result again in EA. So now A contains the result. Now using the end carry, depending upon the end carry value, it can be 1 or 0. If it is end carry is 0, then you can identify that A is greater than B and you need not to do anything. If the end carry is equals to 1, then you have to complement now the result is being stored in A. You have to complement the result to get the final value. So this is the procedure for performing addition and subtraction in for fixed point representation. Also again I will repeat, first condition different possibilities of having signs for in case of addition and in case of subtraction. So altogether we get 8 combinations. Out of these 8 combinations, we require to perform addition for 4 cases. And what are the 4 cases means? 2 cases for addition, 2 cases for subtraction. What are the 2 cases? When the sign bit of both A and B are same. Same means can be positive or can be negative. In this case, you are required to perform addition plus A plus B minus A minus B. If you want to do addition in these 2 cases, you require to perform addition. And in case of subtraction, when the signs are different, minus A plus B or plus A minus B. In these two cases also we require to perform addition. And when in case of subtraction, when the sign bits are same, or in case of addition when sign bits are opposite, you require to perform subtraction. Performing subtraction means first you assume that A is greater than B, and you need to perform A minus B. How you do A minus B? A plus of minus B. So A plus of minus B means B bar plus 1. B bar is 1's complement, and add. These two are the register operations. Now check the results can be stored in A. Now verify the result. N carry, if n carry is equals to 1, it is A greater than B. If it is 0, A is less than B. Depending on that, you require to do the operation. This is about addition and subtraction for fixed point representations.